I'm the only one that told you that the next gen Xbox was going to cost a pretty penny. But I got scoffed at, said I was lying. I told you. It's going to be a premium experience. But you don't want to take it from me. So, let me give it to somebody that knows what I'm talking about.
I can tell you you're right that the next gen console is going to be a very premium, very high-end curated experience. You're starting to see some of the thinking that we have in this handheld, but I don't want to give it all away.
5, 4, 3, let's go. We got a lot to discuss. When it come to news, ain't no better than us. When it come to news, ain't no one you can trust. We got a lot to touch, so it's time to crush. We got a lot to discuss. When it come to news, ain't no better than us. When it come to news, ain't no one you can trust. We got a lot to touch, so it's time to crush. So it's time to crush.
Peace and blessings, and welcome back to Xbox Frontline News with your boy, the King. Now, yesterday I had food poisoning, so you didn't get a video yesterday, but I'm back up and running. I'm back at this situation, and of course, the King gets sick, and the world drops a new truth bomb on top of us. So we're going to handle two things today. We're going to handle the price raises on dev kits, and we're going to handle Sarah Bond having an interview over at Mashable. So I think the Mashable interview is definitely prudent in this situation based upon the facts that I've been telling you for a very long time that the next Xbox will launch next year in 2026, and that it will be a premium device. Now, a lot of people said, yo, King, how can it be a premium device? And the number that I was running around with seemed to put people off. I said it will be $14.99, and people said, no, that's impossible. Well, hold your horses. No pun intended. I'm going to explain to you why it's going to be that price. I'm going to show you through this interview that, yeah, that price is definitely going to be substantiated from the things that they're looking to do. And we're going to talk about the developers today and how those dev kits went up a wild price, $500 to be exact. Aren't you happy that you're not a developer and you're just a consumer and you just buy games and you just play games? Because if you had to make games, I think a $500 bump in your price tag will kind of piss you off. I'm just saying, let's get to this interview with Mashable.
I'm Timothy Beckworth. I'm the tech editor at Mashable. I'm here with Sarah Bond, the president of Xbox. That has to be the coolest job title I can imagine. I know you have kids. They must think that's the coolest thing ever, right?
It is the coolest job title. It is also the coolest job. Yeah, but my kids do think it's pretty awesome, but they're always asking for stuff, of course.
Oh, yeah. I would imagine they want to play this amazing device, which we'll talk about in a second, early. They want all the games early.
Everything early. And they are actually really good at giving me ideas and testing things out. So
that's got to be an advantage.
Yeah.
So we're obviously here to talk about an exciting new device. Tell us what this is. I know we've been waiting years for this one.
Yeah, I mean, this is the Xbox Ally. It is the first time ever that we have created an Xbox handheld.
What? What?
It's the first time ever that they created a handheld. So I'm going to tell all you goofy muffin heads that if they called it an Xbox handheld, they paid the money, that it's an Xbox handheld. I don't know how you reconcile that in your life. Just deal with it and let's move on.
Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. Don't cry.
The teams worked with Asus and with Windows to create this device. So now you can finally actually take Xbox with you anywhere you want to go in your hands.
Yeah, I got to play with it a little bit before our interview. It feels like Xbox controllers in your hand. Obviously, it's a little bit heavier because there's more hardware there, but it does have that kind of familiar Xbox feeling. And then it's a full-powered Windows gaming laptop in a way.
Yeah, well, and it's hard actually to talk about it and not pick it up, I'll be honest. Yeah, when you hold it and you close your eyes, it feels like an Xbox controller. But you're right, it is powered by Windows.
Yeah.
Which
it's powered by Windows. And if you don't remember what her whole mission statement was when it came to Windows-powered devices, let me remind you.
Device. That's why we're working closely with the Windows team to ensure that Windows is the #1 platform for gaming. Is a pretty cool aspect of it because once you go through Ubi, Every other time you open the device, you boot right into an Xbox experience. But because it's Windows, any game that you have that you've bought from a PC store that's on this device, it all shows up in one library, which is so awesome for gamers.
The groundwork for this device has always been laid bare right in front of you, but you were too dense to understand the strategy because it didn't go with what you called a traditional console. What you felt was the way that Microsoft and Xbox were supposed to play the game. But when you're a $4 trillion company, you play the game how you choose to play the game.
At Xbox, our vision is for you to play the games you want with the people you want, anywhere you want. That's why we're investing in our next generation hardware lineup across console, handheld, PC, cloud, and accessories.
Yeah, and that's kind of been part of Xbox's strategy, right? Like more cross-platform games, like less focus on exclusives. Can you kind of tell me how this fits into the Xbox like big picture strategy? Why this? Why the handheld?
Well, we've always believed that people want to be able to play any game they want, anywhere they want, with anyone. And gaming is entertainment. You should be able to take it with you everywhere. You shouldn't be constrained to a single device. You shouldn't be locked to a single store.
So hopefully that answers whatever idiot felt like saying, well, who's this device made for? It's so overpriced. Like, why would anybody buy something like that? It doesn't play games natively. Like, who is this device for? Well, obviously it ain't for you, but it's for other people like myself. You know, I happen to really love it. Enjoy it, really.
And this is the manifestation of it.
Yeah, so do you imagine most people will have an Xbox console and they'll also have the new Ally handheld? Is that kind of the big picture vision?
You know, I think that we'll see a whole range of people using it. For some folks, this will be the device they want to game on. They want to take their games with them anywhere. They're a PC enthusiast. They want to be able to access all of their stores in one place because you can also plug it into the TV and project to the TV as well. And then there's going to be other people we know that are console users where this is a great add-on to your console experience. One of the cool things we did for console users in here is in the UI, if you have a game that you started on the console and then you stopped in that game and you grabbed your Ally and you're somewhere out in the world walking around, it actually knows right where you left off and you can go right back in and play that game. And if it's installed on the device, you're playing it natively. But if for some reason it's not on a device, you can actually play it over the cloud. It knows right where you were.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
One of the coolest features I've seen so far is the kind of co-pilot integration.
Yeah.
So one of the cool things is you can actually press the button and ask the AI questions. Where does AI fit into gaming? Is that the vision that everyone has their own like built-in AI assistant as they're playing games from now?
Now, just recently, I got a big update to this device, and it had everything to do with the co-pilot. Once the console was in the wild, then they released that update for co-pilot. Now, I disabled it. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not down for the snitching. The snitching stuff don't work for me. If the snitching stuff works for you, fine. I don't need a so-called friend to help me. Anytime they say that it's a friend, it isn't. It's going to be reporting on stuff. I don't know. I'm paranoid when it comes to stuff like that. I don't know about you. Maybe it works for you. That part does not work for me.
I want to snitch. I want to snitch. I want to tell. Whatever they call telling, snitching, I want to do it. And I want to make it cool to do it.
Well, we just believe that anyone should be able to jump in and play a game, and we should make it easy and accessible, and it should be in flow state with you. So yeah, the way it works is you like long press this button. You could be in the middle of a game. You can ask it, hey, can you tell me how I actually use the ABXY? Or what do I do now? Or which way do I turn and what happens? And it will help you out. And so it really opens up more games for more people. Like there's some games that are super intimidating. Like so many people were intimidated by Elden Ring, right?
Right. That's a great one.
So people will be more likely to try more games and people stay in games longer. So the team worked really hard to integrate it into the full experience for you versus having to go out, go ask something else. Here it is in flow state. It understands your context. It understands what you want to do and it can help you.
So remember when I told you it's all about your engagement and you guys was telling me, nah, King, they just doing that because they third place and all this other crap and all this other BS. It's all about keeping you exactly where they want you, engaged on their devices all the time so they can get the data that is necessary. The snitch bot is definitely going to gather data, send data back. It's all about Copilot. It's all about powering the AI and getting that stuff through to the cloud. You have to continue to focus on what I be telling you guys. Sometimes y'all listen, sometimes y'all don't.
I'm lost. Where do I go from here?
You're right at the Horizon Festival site in Mexico, so pretty much a prime starting spot. Just follow the road out of the festival area and you can explore anywhere you want to go from there.
Yeah, I assumed it would be watching your screen, and that's how it would know. But it seems like it's also reading other data, like it knows what game you're in, or it knows kind of like what you have in the background, what tools are available. So like it's actually pulling in info from a few different places, not just what's on the screen, right?
Here I come. Oh, here I come. Oh.
Yeah, we wanted to build your own gaming sidekick. Like you should never have to game alone ever again, even if you're just holding this device. And so it does do that. When you push the button, it knows where you are in the game. It also knows what game you're playing. It also knows your gamer profile and a whole bunch of things about all of your gamer identity with Xbox. And it uses all of those to give you recommendations, to give you tips, to recommend other games for you that's operating in context of what you want and what you most need.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and I mean to put it in Xbox terms, it kind of feels like your own personal like Cortana, you know.
I've had a couple people say that.
But it seems like it's that kind of idea, right? Like it's a voice in your head that talks to you, that helps you solve problems. And
It's your friend. Yeah. Helps you through your game.
Very cool. So you talked about making gaming accessible. That's definitely something I've heard you say in other interviews as well. I know this starts at $1,000. I know we've recently seen some price increases with Xbox Game Pass, some increases on devices and consoles. And I mean that's got to cut into accessibility a little bit. How do you think about that as president of Xbox, like in terms of making games accessible?
Yeah.
Now, this the part where she's perfectly trained, media savvy, 100% on point. This thing has flipped up and tripped up so many different CEOs that was ahead of her. If you think about it, Donnie said the same thing. They asked him about it, and he was like, yo, we got an Xbox for you. Oh, no. Doug Bowser said the same thing. Well, then we have a Switch for you. Let's see if Sarah falls into the same damn fall pit that those other idiots did that are no longer employed by their current companies that they were with at the time. Let's see if Sarah dodges that bullet.
There is a lot going on, but at Xbox, what we're focused on is how do we create options for everybody? So with this device, we have two devices. We have the Ally X. It's for a premium experience for the most demanding player. It has all the latest innovation in it. We also have the Xbox Ally. If you're a more casual enthusiast who wants to jump in, or you're looking for something cool to buy your kid to put under the tree, this Christmas.
Yeah.
So it's all about having choice and option for players in a time when there's a lot going on and there's a lot of different things that people want.
Interesting.
What I say, dodge that bullet, son. Perfectly media trained, savvy as hell. I know y'all dudes is tight, but I knew it all day. Highly aggressive, knows what talking points to talk about, and doesn't fall into the traps that so many people try to set. Let's continue.
Yeah, the rumors are that the next gen console will be almost more like a gaming PC in a lot of ways. That it'll be super, super high powered. I don't know if you can speak to that at all, but I mean, that would be helpful for me because there's a lot of like PC games I'd love to play, but like I said, getting the barrier of entry seems like it's really high. So if there was a console that could kind of be a gaming PC and console in one, like that would be helpful for me. I don't know what you can tell us about the next gen console. Any?
Now we're getting to the meat and potatoes of the situation. 100%. This is why you're here. You're here to hear it come out of her mouth to tell you what a premium situation it is, and you're here to validate me, to validate the king. I told you the price is going to be crazy, but it won't be $5,000. It won't be $3,000 like gaming PCs are nowadays. It will be at a price point that is accessible for you to get in. I think $14.99 is a damn fair price in order for you to get in and have everything that you want to do. It's not going to come cheap. Now, maybe they do have an S version that is going to be for the lower SKU, kind of like you have with the ROG Ally, the Xbox ROG Ally. And you have the Xbox ROG Ally X that is for the premium gamer. So maybe they will have a base console that's $1,000 and then have the premium console that's $1,500. So maybe that might be it.
Well, I can tell you're right that the next gen console is going to be a very premium, very high end curated experience. You're starting to see some of the thinking that we have in this handheld, but I don't want to give it all away.
We're talking a lot about the hardware, the devices, but when we think about those pivotal gaming moments, like I mentioned Halo, or I remember playing Myst, with my dad.
Yeah. Oh my God, Myst was good.
It was.
Now you're really hitting the nostalgia.
I'm really
you're really
extra
going
dating
for it.
myself.
Yeah.
But we haven't really talked a lot about like games, and I know like exclusives have been less of a focus. It seems like with Xbox, we're getting more like cross-platform games. Where do like big blockbuster, exclusives fit into this, if at all, or is it kind of evolving past that?
Now, this part is sure to irritate the hell out of console fanboys that are locked to one device. Now, I'm a fanboy and I'm locked to every device. I'm a fan of my Switch. I'm a fan of my Steam Deck. I'm a fan of my PlayStation, my Xbox, my VR. I'm a fan of everything that I actually own. So if I actually spend the money on it, I actually love it. But this part is sure to piss a lot of people off based upon the fact that Microsoft and Xbox realize that becoming the greatest publisher in the business means that those games being locked to one device isn't the move. It just isn't it. And these younger individuals, if you will, don't care about being locked down to one device because they will lose interest as quickly as possible. So you have to be as flexible as you can in this environment because you will end up a relic, to be honest with you. And a lot of us that still talk that console talk, and it's hard to get it out of us, but we still talk that lock to this and, we got exclusive. We still talking that nonsense, but that nonsense has passed us by. We're dinosaurs, people. That's over with. That's gone. And some people kind of really dig it, but that's not really where they're going to make the money at. It has to be everywhere.
At that place.
We're really seeing people evolve way past that. Like the biggest games in the world are available everywhere.
Yeah.
You look at Call of Duty, you look at Minecraft, you look at Fortnite, you look at Roblox. Like that's actually what's really driving community in gaming. That's where people gather, they have experiences. And the idea of locking it to one store or one device is antiquated for most people. You want to be able to play with your friends anywhere, regardless of what they're on. And we're really leaning into that with this experience because it just opens up another way for you to play, as does cloud, as does PC, as does the consoles that we all own and have in our living room.
So all the interview did for me was just highlight a lot of points that I had regardless. A lot of times people don't want to believe certain things, but again, it gets to the point where it has to be shown in proof. I'm 98% right all the time. And if you guys don't believe, well then fine, that's cool. Time would show you exactly what it is. And when the words are released from the people's mouths that actually have control over the situations, then you will understand I'm right. Right? So let's get into the next topic. So apparently the big hubbub right now is a new reports claim that Xbox has increased the cost of its development kits to $2,000, a 33% price hike. We remain committed to providing high-quality tools and support for your development efforts, Microsoft says. This is an absolute nothing burger, and I will expound upon this further. Now, this was brought to you by Vicky Blake, contributor and published on the 21st of October, 2025, from gamesindustry.biz. And she goes on to talk about The Verge is the source and starts to go into other price hikes and raises that Microsoft has done quite recently, be it console, be it Game Pass and stuff like that. So I'm just going to break down how this is an absolute nothing burger and it means absolutely nothing. Now, what a lot of people won't tell you is the fact that Microsoft, if you're in the ID at Xbox program, and ID at Xbox is giving back, I think it's like $5 billion towards ID at Xbox. And they have ushered in many, many new developers. But also, when you're part of the program, you get 2 free dev kits. And then I think every dev kit after that, you have to pay for it. But also, if no one knows, you can actually turn your regular Xbox into a development kit for like $20. So if you happen to be an up and coming developer, you can take your existing Xbox Series X and you can turn that into a development kit. So this is pretty much of a nothing burger at the point that you got to think about it. They're at the end cycle of the console. Going forward, whatever consoles that they do have as far as dev kits go, honestly, I don't think there's new developers coming in to get that. And if you're not part of the ID at Xbox, then you're a larger corporation, which is a write-off, regardless to what. And me personally, this is not really my fight. But if you happen to be a smaller developer, because I think this is where the rage comes in. If you happen to be a smaller developers are still protected by the ID at Xbox program. Now, if you don't happen to be in the ID at Xbox program, I think that calls to a bigger issue, opposed to, a lot of people are saying that Sony gives out the development kits for free. Well, Xbox does as well if you're part of their program. And if you're part of Sony's partner program, you get, I believe, 2 development kits for free as well. But they don't tell us the exact price of Sony development kits. And Nintendo itself, we have no idea how that stuff goes over there. Have absolutely no idea. But again, a nothing burger in a situation where it produces fake FOMO to get more people to click on their videos, to start to get rage bait. And again, it's a tiring situation based on the fact that every day somebody wants to put something on YouTube based on the fact that they want you to be rageful and engage in a manner that is unbecoming of conscious thought. So it is what it is. So I got a chance to see some of the NPDs on, what is it, Battlefield, Ghost of Yode, how Helldivers is doing in Xbox. And I think that's going to be my next video, along with WB being purchased, or they're on the block and then getting offers. Me personally, I would like for them to sell to Netflix or Amazon, because both Netflix and Amazon does have game divisions. Now, if they're going to split up these game divisions, I don't know. I don't know if it would be in Microsoft's best interest to get WB. I don't know, but I'm going to do more research on it. And when we get something more concrete, then we can talk about what WB is and what WB is going to be. And where they're at. And as far as the NPDs, I think I want to do a breakdown of the NPDs based on the fact that a lot of people thought Ghost of Yode didn't sell well. It actually sold pretty well. Me personally, I have to finish up a couple of games before I even go to invest in that game, but I am going to buy that game. And I did see a lot of people talking about how it looks dog crappy or looks bad and stuff like that. And listen, let's give a game its props, right? If it's samey, it could be samey. I thought Ghost of Tsushima looked better in terms of what it brought and the impact that it had when it released. So of course you're going to get that sameism with a sequel type of thing, and especially if it's not a character that you were truly interested in. So again, I could see people being upset with it or whatever your reasons. Maybe because the main actress gave her allegiance to Antifa or whatever the hell that was. I don't really put politics into my games, and I don't really give a damn about that part, to be honest with you. I play my games to play my games. But it is a game that I'm interested in. It is a game that I definitely want to play on my Xbox ROG Ally X when it does become available on Steam. But again, I'll probably play it on my PlayStation 5 Pro because Cognito said very good things about it. So I'll definitely give it a chance. But also, I got other things that I have to finish. I see Black Myth Wukong had a big 90 gig update, and the King has not gotten back to normalcy, people. I have not gotten back to the part where I'm actually able to play some games. So I'm going to get over here. I'm going to play some games today. I'm going to have some fun. I'm just going to relax, unwind, and decompress because, again, I've been sick. All right. So thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys for watching this. You know, I dropped it earlier today because I thought that you guys deserved it and needed it because me personally, I don't like missing a day, be honest with you, be real with you. So I'm going to do what what I tell everybody to do and go where winners win and gamers play and tell you, try to play the Game Pass.